Bharat Army TV, Cricket World Cup 2019, and India have just played their first game against South Africa, and they've won. Yay! What did you think about what you saw today?
Good performance, man. I'm very glad to see Rohit Sharma perform. We needed one of the top three to fire, and it's exactly what we got today.
Actually, there's been a lot of talk about the top three and about how they haven't been delivering. It's always been the next set of batsmen that have done well. Is that a positive message that we can take from this game?
Of course it is. I wouldn't even say that it's about the top three firing, because Shikhar Dhawan always performs in a ICC tournament. Therefore, I kind of expected that, and I actually said to Lumba last week that I think Rohit Sharma will be our player of the tournament, and he's had a fantastic start. So what I expect from him, and I hope he continues to build on his performance. Virat Kohli, we know what he can deliver, so it's a good start. Like, I can't expect any more from India at the moment.
Okay, even though Virat went out for 18, still that's not enough to make you worry about the captain's form?
No, because when you think about Virat, you know he's going to fire when it comes down to it. You know he's got the ability. If he gets out, he's got himself out, as opposed to them being better and good enough to get him out.
Right.
So I'm not worried about Virat getting out. I've got faith in him. I've got faith in India, and hopefully we can keep going.
So you think Virat played like a bit more of a riskier strategy today because what, he could get away with it because it's South Africa?
No, I think he was. It's one of those things, right? You can't control every innings, and if I had to put my money on anyone, it would be Virat Kohli. I'm glad that he's got some support around him with Rohit Sharma, and hopefully in the next few matches Shikhar Dhawan. In which case that's our top three sorted, and that gives me a lot of confidence. I've got faith in MS and Kedar, number 4, number 5. So Kohli's in a good place, man. India are in a good place.
The whole family are here on Bharat Army TV. You've all come in from where?
Jayesh from Mumbai.
Atharva from Mumbai.
My mom,
Asha.
my son.
All right, lovely. And now Asha ji. I love the blue colours, right? Obviously supporting from the heart. Tell me, what did you think of what you saw today?
I very enjoy.
I know you've had a good time.
Yeah.
Were you on the rum punch? Is that what it was? No, it wasn't the rum punch. What do you think of the performance tonight?
Sorry?
What do you think of the performance today?
Excellent performance.
Excellent.
What did I tell you today morning?
What did
We
you
are
tell
going to
me?
eat them
Yes.
in the lunch.
We had breakfast and he said
I did
after
not have a proper
breakfast.
breakfast today.
Yeah, because you saved room.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
So I considered all the South African team as my
Dessert. Is it a dessert?
What do you call
Your
it?
second course was what it
Yes,
was.
yes,
And
yes.
do you think, did we eat them up? Did we really eat them up? Or did we just have a little nibble today?
This is the first match. Like, we are not going too fast. Like, we don't want to show all our true colors. Like, as the tournament progresses, we'll show our true colors, and you know what we are going to do. Just like we'll repeat the 2011 one.
So a lot of people are saying that we treat this as a bit of a warm-up game. Is that what
This
happened?
is a warm-up game. You saw like how Dhoni and all were playing. Just defense. It was just a warm-up game for them. Like, it's 200 and something. That's a target. So we are used to 350, 400 target.
But isn't it more important to send out some kind of message to everybody, to the world, to all the other teams, to say, hang on a minute, there's a lot more in our
We
locker?
don't need a message. Like, when they saw a team on the playlist, that time only they would have got the message. Like, it's India. We have Virat Kohli, Dhoni, Hardik Pandya, and even Rohit is in form. Rohit's back in form. It's a good thing for us. And you know, like Rohit, if it doesn't score, it doesn't score. But when he scores, no one can stop him. He's the highest run getter.
Yeah.
Finally.
And were you happy to see him get man of the match today?
Yeah, I was very happy to see him. Like, he's from Mumbai. We live in Mumbai, and I'm a big Mumbai Indians fan. So Rohit all the way.
He's your local boy.
And as I said yesterday, it was a surgical strike. Part 1. There are 3 more parts. Australia, New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand, okay, I don't care. And
I thought
Pakistan,
the biggest one, Pakistan.
biggest one.
Right.
Okay.
And out of those 3 teams that we've got coming up, who worries you?
Australia. But
Australia.
yeah, because you cannot say, because Warner is in form, Steve Smith is playing well, they have Mitchell Stark. But yeah, come on, yeah, we are India. We saw how Bumrah is bowling, how Rohit's batting, so it's not a worry for us.
And are we all confident then? This is it?
Yeah, India!
So much optimism after the South Africa-India game. But what do you think about the Australia game that we got coming up?
Australia is always a tough opponent, and if you go back and see the history, always World Cup matches of India and Australia, the victory margin of 2 to 3 runs. So that is something very tense moment for us. Otherwise, we will be fit. In some of the matches, they have thrown us out, like in the semi-finals. I mean, the last 2015, I suppose, and also in Durban, South Africa. when Ganguly was playing. So that's only the worrying factor. Once we cross that hurdle, then New Zealand would be a relatively better. And Pakistan, of course, India has never lost a World Cup match against Pakistan, at least in the 50-over format. 2020, I think we lost last year in the finals.
Right.
So I think this is good. And today, I think the whole thing was settling down. And more importantly, they tired the South Africans.
Yeah.
And they played on the patience and allowed it to go till the last. We would have expected it at least to close the match with 5 overs to spare.
Yeah.
That would have taken us some, but I think Virat also mentioned we were not concentrating on the run rate. But nevertheless, that will come into effect as the game approaches 5 matches, 6 matches level.
But let me ask you, there's been a lot of criticism about how much of a rest period India had after the IPL, before their first game. Do you think that worked in our favour in the end?
I'll tell you one thing, it definitely works in favour. If you remember, I don't remember the year when the World Cup was in Australia, India had two months ahead and they played all the matches, and by the time the World Cup started they were exhausted and they were tired. And the same thing may happen to Bangladesh and Pakistan. I think they have been playing for last 4 months continuously.
Yeah.
So we have come fresh. Each one of them played the IPL. They are in the nick. There is it's a blend of rest and caution, and aggression will come as we move
The
forward.
side you saw today, are they a World Cup winning side?
I mean, on their day, we have the potential to beat anyone. I certainly think we can get to the semi-finals. Whether we can win the competition, it's another question, but look, we're up there with the favourites, with the likes of England, Australia. So yeah, on the day we can beat anyone. Whether we can win the World Cup, I'm not too sure.
Really?
On today's performance, I mean, fair enough, we beat a weak South Africa team. I'd like to see us tested against better teams, and I'll take my judgment based on that.
Okay, so you're looking forward to the Australia game, surely then?
Absolutely, I can't wait for that. Big game on Sunday, flat batting track at the Oval. 2 great teams. Australia had a very good series against us back in March in India. They beat us from being 1 down as well. 2 down even, sorry. So, and we beat them in the Test series in Australia over the winter. So 2 fairly even-paced teams, I'd say. They're on form, I'd say, at the moment. They've won some pretty big series, I think, of late. So yeah, it should be a pretty interesting game at the Oval on Sunday.